Hi friends, it's Loz from Manatee Squares. I am here today to show you how to work this central bit of hood from my latest pattern, just because I don't know how to word it very well in the pattern. So I'm just going to show you, and then I'm going to put a link to this in the pattern and you're all going to go, wow, that's so easy to do now. Thank you so much, Lauren. And I'm going to go, you're welcome. So we've got to the point of the pan, we've worked the main section of the hood, then we've done a little split and worked the right and left section. And what we want to do now is work this centre bit. And at the start and end of each row, we're going to join with these rows to save coming back to seam it later. So I'm just going to take that marker out. That's for my first stitch. Oh no, it's raining. My bedding's on the line. I knew it was going to, because I was thinking this is a terrible day because the lighting's not very good, but I had to do it now while I had the time. Oh well. Okay, so we joined in our first stitch, we chained 2, and now we're going to join with the end of this first row from the right side of the hood over here. This one's a little tricky, you might want to slip stitch from the front. Okay, so there's a slip stitch. Now what I'm going to do is place a marker in the second row up, so the row one above that, so that I know where I want to join with when I come back along this way. So now I've got 11 stitches along here, so I'm going to do 11 doubles to get me to the other side. So last one in that second marked stitch, and as before we want to join it with the first row over here. So we're just going to slip stitch to the end of that row, and then we're going to chain 2, join with the row above it. I'm going to go into that bit just because it's a nice little hole, and then I'm going to mark the row above that, so again I know where I want to join with when I come back the other way. So now we're going to turn. We've already done our chain, just want to work into every stitch from the previous row, so 11 doubles again. Okay, and now you want to slip stitch to that row that we marked before. So we're going to slip stitch to that one, take your marker out, chain 2, then slip, why'd I put it in my mouth? Then slip stitch to the row above it to bring you up to that height, and then we're going to mark the row above that, then turn and work your 11 double crochet again. And then again, slip stitch to the one that you marked, so that end, it will be either the end or the start, I don't know. Chain 2, slip stitch to the row above it, and then mark the row above that one, so that you know where to join with when you come back. So again, another 11. So the marking just is obviously to help you keep track. I found at first I was struggling to work out which one I'd join with and which one I haven't. You can obviously count your rows and how many side rows you've joined with, but the markers are just going to help. Honestly, if you join with one twice, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to destroy your work. Is that the last stitch? Or is that the last stitch? I think that's the chain. Okay, so again, join. God, sorry, I keep wandering off, don't I? Join with the row that you marked, chain 2, join with the row above it, and then mark the one above that for when you come back the other way. I think you get the idea by now because you're smart. Smarter than me. That's why I can't use words to describe what's happening here. was hoping I wouldn't get any yarn bath, but I have a little bit. I need to be like my mate Kelly and get one of those thingies, don't I? The genies. She's smarter than I am. She's a pro. Okay, so again, slip stitch to that row that you marked. Take your marker out. Don't put it in your mouth because you're making a video. Chain 2, slip stitch to the row above, and then mark the one above that. Turn. Where's my stitch? There? I hope so. I really hope I've still got 11 stitches. 7, 8, 9, yeah. God, it really surprises me when I don't mess it up. So you might get these little gaps here. They're not going to bother me because they're going to be on the back of my head and I can't see it, so it's not my problem. But you can come back later with some little ends and close up those gaps if you want to. So again, slip stitch to that one that you had marked, chain 2, slip stitch to the one above it, and then mark the one above. I think the rain stopped. I don't think for long though, I reckon it's coming back. Right, slip stitch over here, chain 2, slip stitch to the next row, and then mark the one above it. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, see we've only got a couple left now. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Oh no. I really don't want to get in a knot. I always get in a strop with knots and just end up snipping it and then rejoining it. Oh, is that? Oh no. Okay, so again, join there, chain 2, join with the next one and mark the one above it. That's actually our final row, so that's quite an easy one to remember, isn't it? Oh, sorry, I'm way off to the left again. I don't make these videos, this is why. I'm all cramped up in a little corner. My back's killing me. The lighting's terrible. But whatever, I mean well. You gotta give me that. At least I try. Can't be good at everything. I'm good at I don't know, I'll have to come back to you. Is that a stitch? Or is that just a chain? I don't know. How many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gosh, I nearly did an extra one. Okay, so we're going to join there, chain 2. Oh, have I messed this up at some point? Because I've got an extra row here. Oh well, it doesn't matter. See, this is if I'm just going to join to that one. I think I've joined with the wrong one at some point, but it really doesn't matter. It's not going to make much of a difference. It's like half a slip stitch different. You've probably done it right. If you followed my instructions, unlike I have. Okay, so now we're I'm not counting my stitches again, am I? So now we've reached the top of the hood. I weaved my ends in and everything so that it looked like I've got my my stuff together. So now, instead of joining with row ends like we were there, we're going to join with these stitches from like the final rows, the top of the stitches from the final rows of the left and right sections. So what do I want to do now? I'm going to chain 2, skip 1 stitch, slip stitch to the next one, turn, and actually before we turn, let's count, skip that one, mark that one. That's where we're going to want to join with when we come back. So turn, we want our 11 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh god, have I lost a stitch? No, I haven't. 10, 11, and then so we can see that's where our stitches are along the top row. Did I say that this is eyebrow tint? I think that might have been in my first take that I cancelled. So where are we? We know, right, that's the first stitch because this is our double crochet 2 together that we did at the end of the row. So we know that's our first one, so we're going to slip stitch to this, the second one, skip the first one. Then we're going to chain 2, skip 1, slip stitch to the next one, and then again remember to skip 1, mark 1 for when you're coming back the other way. It's a bit easier up here because it's easier to see the actual stitches. And then again do the 11 double crochet across, or however many stitches you've got. And then slip stitch to that marked one, take it out, then chain 2, skip 1, slip stitch to that one, and then skip 1, mark the next one, so you know where to join with on your next return. And double crochet across. Oh, sorry, my tummy's making noises. You probably didn't hear them and now I'm telling you about them for absolutely no reason. But we're friends, we can talk about these things. I just did a big bowl of pasta. Is that a stitch? I don't know, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I still don't know how many I've got. I think I've got 10. Yeah, I'll do one in here. In there. Okay, and then skip and slip stitch to that one. Chain 2, skip 1, slip stitch here, and then skip 1, slip stitch, place your marker there for your next row. Okay, so you're just doing this now until you reach the front edge. I think once you've done it a little bit, you get the hang of it, you know what you're doing. And like I said, honestly, if you miss a stitch and join to the wrong one, it's really not the end of the world. No one's going to notice. I know some people are perfectionists with their craft and they like to make sure everything is 100% perfect. I am not that person because my projects are never perfect and I'm not going to keep on doing them. Right, so chain 2, skip 1, slip stitch there, and then skip 1, mark 1. You're not meant to do perfect projects anyway, are you? I know I've said this before, that I've read that it traps your soul, if you have one. And then again, see, like, marking it just makes it easier because it is kind of hard to keep track. You'd almost think you want to skip that one, but you've already slip stitched into that one. So join into the marked one, chain 2 for the start of your row, skip 1, join, and then skip 1, mark. Boink. And turn. Count your stitches again, make sure it's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, slip stitch to that marked stitch, chain 2, slip stitch, so skip 1, slip stitch to that one, and then skip 1, mark 1. If you're still here, even though you know what you're doing by now, thanks for staying. It's nice to have your company. If you've already gone, you're dead to me. Oh no, I've got a knot. If I can't get this out, I'm just going to knot it tighter. I can't get it out, but I have to reach the whole thing through. There we go. Look at me, I'm such a grown-up. My instinct is just to knot it tighter and ignore it. Is that the stitch? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, it isn't. Okay, so slip stitch to the marked one. Oh god, which of those is the marked one? I'm going to go this one. Kind of marked 2 there, didn't I? That one. Then chain 2 for the start of the next row. Skip that one. Slip stitch to that one. Skip that one. Mark that one. God, it's taking forever, isn't it? Thought I'd be done by now. Yes, look, you can see, so when you first work it, they're quite big, but I think as you move along, somehow they kind of disappear a little, those little gaps. So don't worry about them. No one's looking at the top of your head anyway. Well, they might be. How tall are you? I'm 5'6", so people who are looking at the top of my head have to be pretty tall, and I'm sure they've seen worse. Right, so slip stitch to that marked one, chain 2 for the start of the row, slip stitch to that one, sorry, skip 1, slip stitch, and then miss 1, mark, so you know where to join. Oh, did you hear that one? That was quite a loud gurgle. I think I've lost a stitch. Uh-oh. Oh well, like I said, no one will know. Okay, so slip stitch to this one, slip stitch to your marked stitch. Oh, sorry, I'm gone again, aren't I? Chain 2, skip 1, slip stitch, and then skip 1, mark. Do you use hair clips for stitch markers? I've got some of these, and I do like them, but I like them for some long-term marking. If I know the markers are going to be in and out, I always use little hair slides, hair clips, hair bobby pins, people call them. Right, if you've made it this far, let's have a chat. So related to that, not knowing what to call the hair clips, what do you call a woodlouse? Because where I live, right, so remember, you want to slip stitch to that stitch that you had marked, chain 2 for the start of the row, skip 1, slip stitch, and then, oh, we're nearly at the front. So look here, I've got 3 left for the front, I think. So I'm just going to mark that 3rd one, because if you're left with 3, I'll just pretend one doesn't exist. Yeah, woodlouse. So there's this weird like phenomenon, I don't know if it's just in the UK, where every region has a different nickname for them. And I've asked my friends who come from other places, and none of us will accept that they really call woodlouse what they call woodlouse. Where I live, we call them cheesy bugs. I don't know why. I think maybe pillbug is a common one, because that's what they're called on Animal Crossing, isn't it? Right, so skip, go into that marked stitch, chain 2, skip 1. Yeah, look, we've got 3 left at the end here. So instead of skipping 1, I'm going to skip 2, go into that one, and then we've just got this final row to work. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the sun's out again now, 9, I did, look, I lost a stitch somewhere there, 10, and then slip stitch to that marked stitch, and you're done. Where are my scissors? Well, you're not done, you've got to do the edging and stuff still, but that chunk of your hood is done. So look, it was, rather than, there's a knot there, rather than just having a flat hood, it's got this nice bit of shaping at the back, and it's going to fit your head nicely. And that's how you do it, so you didn't have to go back and sew along that edge. I mean, you could do that if you wanted to, but I've just showed you how to not do that, so why would you? Why would you? Hello! Okay, that's that done. Hope it helped. Sorry if it didn't. Best of luck. Bye!